Back. What happened here was, over a libation, he said, would you do it again this year like last year because it worked out so well?
Yeah. There weren't that many people.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was about, by the time we did it was only half full.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And I said, well, that makes a lot of sense. When is it? He said, it's Valentine's Day. I said, Valentine's Day? Wow, we're going to be in trouble. Married to Southern women on Valentine's Day, and we're up here making fools out of ourselves, right? And so I said, maybe we should do like a duet, like the Righteous Brothers, and Paul said...
That's why I played the trombone.
And it reminded me that Sister Mary Clement gave me a holy card in the 4th grade so that I wouldn't sing. True story? Both ends, right? So, what I thought we would do, if this will work, is many years ago, John Denver wrote a song different than what Janet sang, all right? And this is dedicated to our wives. Jose, you're on. Love you, babe. All right, there is, in the history of baseball, many stories, many very famous things that happened. But back in the 19th century, only Gordon would remember this.
I was there.
Yes, he was. There was a very famous poem written called Casey at the Bat, written by Ernest Lawrence Thayer, a graduate of Harvard, published first time in the San Francisco Examiner in 1888. Then it was performed on Broadway, or on Broadway in New York, by DeWolf Harper, when members of the New York baseball Giants and the Chicago White Stockings, now known as the White Sox, were attending his performance. This inspired countless takeoffs, songs, stage shows, films, even an opera. Here is my contribution. The Royals at the bat. Oh, before I do this, Gordo is Alex Gordon, Salvi is Salvador Perez. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Royals nine that day. The score stood 3-2 with but one inning more to play. And then when Hosmer struck out and Butler fouled to first, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope, which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Salvi could get a whack at that. We'd put up even money now with Salvi at the bat. But Gordo preceded Salvi, and lefty versus lefty was certainly not a piece of cake. So upon the stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Salvi getting to bat. But Gordo let drive a single, and to the wonderment of all, Grego Blanco overran the ball. And when the dust had lifted and the fans saw what had occurred, there was Gordon hanging third. Then from 40,000 throats and more, across the heartland there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain, recoiled upon the flat. For Salvi, our savior Salvi, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Salvi's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Salvi's bearing and a smile, as always, on Salvi's face. And when responding to the cheers, he doffed his helmet. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Salvi at the bat. 80,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hand with dirt. 40,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his glove, defiance gleamed in Salvi's eye. A sneer curled Salvi's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurling through the air, and Salvi stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Salvi. Strike one, the umpire said. From the stands full with people, there went a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on the stem in a distant field. Kill him, kill the umpire, shouted someone in the stands. And it's likely they had killed him, but had not Salvi raised his hand. With a smile of episcopal charity, great Salvi vision shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew, but Salvi still ignored it, and the umpire said, strike two. Fraud, cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answer the fraud. But one scornful look from Salvi, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold, saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Salvi wouldn't let the ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Salvi's lip, his teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Salvi's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere people are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there's no joy in KC. Mighty Salvi has found out. So, we want you to see this. You gotta hear it. Here.
this magical postseason story.
Jason Lamb from Channel 4 did it. I just couldn't go all the way to the end. Last year we sang a song called Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and I didn't realize at the time that maybe not everybody knew it, nor did I know the history of it. And being an old history major, I thought I'd let you know just a little bit about it, okay? That it was actually written in the 19th century. Again, Gordon was there. In fact, I think Gordon... you said you walked right. Gordon said he wrote it. Outright. Jack Gordon wrote it, all right? And then on New York subway, he did it, and I'm trying to shorten this, and basically they took it out the Polo Grounds and put music to it, okay? And the original is in Cooperstown, New York, and it's many more verses than what we normally say, okay? And the guy who wrote it had never been to a Major League Baseball game and didn't go for like 40 years, and MLB finally gave him a lifelong pass, all right? Now, Take Me Out to the Ball Game actually became popular, all right, with Harry Carey and the Chicago White Sox in the 1970s. And people took to it, obviously, because it reminded them of their heroes like Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Jackie Robinson, and the other toddlers that Gordon knew at that age, okay? And that was not until 1970 that happened. So when you see Take Me Out to the Ball Game and you sing it, it really didn't happen at every baseball game, apparently until the 70s. And I certainly didn't know that, okay? But in any event, I thought we'd all join in and sing it, but this time if you'll do 3, the words will be here. And the music.